right, there we are. I'll get my gear off and I'll give you the lowdown. There it is, sunny downtown Port Alberni. That's Sprout Lake you can see way off in the distance there, and then that's the Alberni Harbor. And then head up that way, up the Alberni Canal to Bamfield. It's my hometown. So yeah, 3,000 kilometers. I'll give you a lowdown of all the extras that I've put on. And I think that's about it. All I'm waiting for is the tires, those Tusk 2 tracks. And lower crash bars. I wasn't able to get the lowers. I got the uppers from one of the dealers on the island here. And I grabbed those, and I grabbed the center stand at the same time. I think we talked about that already. Most recent, I got these Savage hand guards, like Barkbuster knockoffs from AliExpress. They're real solid. They seem to work really well. Well, I mean, I don't know if they work really well. I haven't dumped the bike with them, but they're rock solid. I think they're going to be good. I've had way cheaper ones on my DR650 that stood up pretty well, so I think these are a lot better than those. And I've tried 3 different sets of risers now, just trying to get it just right. You know, I've in the stock position down low, just felt like I was leaning too far forward. I was getting, you know, a real bad crick in my shoulder and my neck. So then I tried some that were a little taller than this, and you can reverse these so they move the bars forward too. And I ran them like that for a bit. They're great for standing up, but for sitting down, it was still just a little bit too much of a reach. And then I tried the straight ones. They were 1.25 inches tall, just straight up, and they were okay, but I still felt like I was reaching forward a bit, so I went back to these. The only other time I had these on, they were reversed so that they were pulled forward. So now I've got them in the pullback position, and they're definitely way more comfortable for sitting, but I haven't made up my mind on standing yet. I'm starting to ride standing up more and more, and I'm just trying to find the best position where I'm not, you know, getting arm pump after 2 or 3 minutes climbing up a hill. So yeah, we'll give these a go like this. They look good. They're contoured especially for the Ibex 450, so they, you know, they follow all the contours of the stock risers, and they seem to fit real well. The other thing I put on was the shorty clutch lever, another AliExpress order, and that is nice, man. Let me tell you, because you can really grip on, hold on to the bar, and reach up here and, you know, just feather the clutch. Especially with this touchy throttle, you want to feather the clutch when you're going up through rock gardens and tight trails and stuff like that. You can even do it one finger if you need to, because I've got it adjusted so that all the clutch throw is out here, so you don't have to pull it in all the way. But yeah, I really like that. And you use the stock adjuster out of the stock clutch lever. That just unscrews, and you screw it into this new one. That was $40, pretty sure. Yeah, $40. The hand guards were $90. I mean, Barkbusters are over $200, $240 or something. The nice thing about these is they allow you to use the stock bar end weights. There's just a spacer in there that allows you to leave the stock bar end weights on. So that's good. And then they mount here and underneath to the front. Yeah, they're real solid. I like them. There's another look at those risers. They're good. I think they're going to work out well. All right, so yeah, the 3,000 kilometer review. Bike's been solid, no issues at all. Like I say, the only probably still the only complaint I have is the touchy throttle. It's to me, it's still touchy, and it's, you know, there's a lot of guys talking about it. Pretty much every vlogger, like Big Rock Moto and Dork in the Road and all these guys, they're all mentioning it. So it's it's not in your head. It's actually pretty touchy. And it's kind of a sore spot for me, but whatever. I'm learning to live with it. The little shorty clutch lever is a big help. You can kind of modulate the clutch in tough areas, and rock gardens and tight trails and stuff like that. But in my opinion, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to just tractor this thing through in first gear and not have to worry about whiskey throttle every time your wrist makes the slightest movement. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they come out with a new download for the ECU soon. There's talk about it for sure that they're going to come out with that. I've heard what was the other one? Oh, the Ride Play app to show the Google Maps on your screen. I'm not really too concerned about that. I don't really like Google Maps to begin with, and it's kind of useless off-road anyway. So if it was a total like CarPlay app where you could mirror your phone on there and you could use Gaia or OnX or something like that, that'd be different. And maybe it will be. Nobody really knows because it hasn't been available here yet. So, but yeah, just kind of waiting to hear when something like that's coming out. But yeah, other than that, I absolutely love the bike. You're hard pressed to find any bad reviews on the bike at all. And I looked and looked and looked before I pulled the trigger. It's a lot different machine than what I'm coming off of, and it took a bit of getting used to it, but I got 3,000 clicks on it now, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable on it. I pretty much got the suspension dialed in to where I think I'll probably end up leaving it. I've played with it a bit, dialing in the compression in and out a bit to try and change it, but I usually go back to the same settings. So it's packing around a little more weight than the average CFMoto rider. I weigh 225. There are some bigger guys. I've heard a couple of guys 250-ish riding it, and they've got it dialed in pretty well. So it's doable for sure, and it's a lot better suspension than what I'm used to. It just took me a little while to get used to it, and it took a while for the suspension to wear in itself, right? Like people were saying that it could take 500 or 600 kilometers of off-road stuff before it starts to wear in. So out of the 3,000 that I put on, easily 2,000 of it is off-road and fast off-road, like boogieing these logging roads and skipping over potholes and stuff, and hard blast rock and baby heads and stuff like that. I'm not babying the bike at all. I bought it for a dirt bike to thrash in the woods, and that's what I've been using it for. I did switch over to a 15-tooth sprocket because I want the ability to be able to jump on the highway and maybe ride up to the north end of the island and go camping up there or ride some of the roads up there. So that made a pretty big difference. I think it dropped the RPM at highway speed by probably around 400 RPM. So that's pretty significant. It was our speed limit on the highways on the island here are $110. And I think before, at 110, it was doing around 6,500 RPM, and now it's doing just over 6,000 RPM at 110. And that's true speed too, not the Speedo. The Speedo's out by about 10%, but I've got my phone on the dash with the Gaia Maps and GPS Speedo on it, so I usually go by that. So that's not bad. I mean, it sounds high, but the bike is smooth as silk at that speed and that RPM. If you didn't have a tachometer staring you in the face, you'd have no idea this thing was doing 6,000 RPM when you're on the highway. It's just buttery smooth. I love it. But yeah, I think that's about it for the add-ons. Like I say, I'm just waiting for tires, lower crash bars, and what was the other thing? Yeah, I don't know. Mostly, I am looking to get a new camera, probably DJI Osmo. A couple of the guys on the CFMoto Canada page, Facebook page, are starting to post up some videos. Len, he's got a couple of real cool videos on there. I'm looking forward to seeing more of his stuff. And it looks like he's got some good equipment too, so I've been kind of bending his ear to see what he's using. And hopefully grab that myself. I'll have to sell off a kidney or something and order one of those up. But yeah, looking forward to getting some ride videos out. Oh, Chris Critter bought the same bike. Critter Moto. If you don't follow him on YouTube, do it. Guy's awesome. He's behind a lot of real good causes, men's mental health issues, and puts on a big ride every year. Get Lost, Find Yourself ride. And I haven't managed to get a ticket yet. I think this is the second year or third year. But tickets sell out like that. And I live right here and I can't get a ticket. So hopefully next year maybe I'll be able to get in there. Maybe I'll sponsor it or something and try and buy my way in. It looks like a great event and it's a really good cause, raising money for men's mental health. So yeah, check him out, because he's going to have a bunch of content, CFMoto 450 content. And he puts together some good videos, really well, produced and edited stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing his stuff. And like I say, hopefully I'll be able to get on the bandwagon and get a decent camera and start putting some riding videos together myself. Looking forward to it. All right, get out there and ride. Be safe. We'll talk to you again soon. Maybe 5,000K. The way this weather's looking over the next couple of weeks. Hoping by mid-April, third week in April, I'll be back with a 5,000 kilometer review and hopefully some new tires. If Revco Canada, they get off their butt and ship my tires. I ordered them February 25th. I haven't even heard from them yet. So hopefully they're here soon. Anyways, peace. Bye for now.